Yeah,
Look at his face.
yeah. Too up, too down.
Look at his face.
Yeah, yeah. I wanted the crown and to be celebrated. I rented a tux and I ordered a mink. Stood in the mirror like mama, I made it. Proceeded to brush in the teeth in the sink. Caught me a grill and I'm so melanated. I polished the chain, I ain't gold in the link. And I got me a baby who gave me some babies. I'm raising a lady and building a king. Too cold. You too busy running with another man lane, I guess. Yeah, too bold. I be running on the one way, never change my set like I don't ever use my signals. Yeah, I be in the lane myself. Yeah, I don't gotta change my mental. Yeah, and I ain't gotta chase my wealth, and I accept my daddy got a kingdom, and everything I ever got is his. If I ever got a problem, I'ma seek him. I never doubt him. Been about his biz, oh man. Been there. I ain't gotta ride on the wave when the ocean is his. Close with the kid with a
What's good, baby? It's your boy Dale. I'm back in the saddle again. Our motto is to buy, build. We already bought it already, so we already own it, free and clear. Refinance to long-term debt, cash flow. That is the motto. Cliff, man, is that a pretty strong motto, man? What do you think?
Man, the model is strong. Like, you're getting each piece of the invest, right?
What it do, y'all? It's your partner Dale and Cliff. Salute to you back in the saddle again for another edition of Real Estate Friday Live. Hey, Cliff, before we get started, man, they fired Nico, big dog. They fired Nico, player. How you feel about that? How you feeling about that? We got a point of personal privilege. We are Dallas Maverick fans because we live in Dallas. You know what I'm talking about. So, Cliff, man, how you feeling about Nico?
Yeah, this is a recent development for Dale. Recent development. Kind of why you hop all over my Mavericks.
Yeah,
and I'll tell you something about Nico. It's about damn time.
Praise God. Praise God.
Man, Nico has made some moves that are horrible.
Yes, he has.
Horrible. I mean, and getting rid of Luka, worst move in sports history. I ain't talking NBA. I'm talking sports.
Trash. He's straight horrible, man.
Man, how you going to get rid of a player who gets 40 a game?
40.
And he's 25. It ain't like he's 34, 35. Maybe he's old. No.
40.
In his prime.
40. Yeah,
and then we're going to get Anthony Davis, who has played 14 games.
14.
Out of, I think it's out of 50.
Yes, that's correct. That's correct.
Man, terrible. So I'm glad he's gone.
He's gone.
Now I hope they start making some smart decisions. They brought Mark Cuban back.
Praise the Lord. Praise the Lord.
Man, I don't know what they're gonna do next. I hope they don't do nothing stupid like get rid of Kyrie. Try to start over. No,
no, we ain't doing that, yo. I actually shake hands with that sentiment. We're glad that Nico Harris is gone. He was the worst GM in the history of mankind, no matter what state it is, no matter what sport that you're looking at, whether it be soccer, football, they call general managers in football, NCAA, pick a sport and or level. He was the worst of all time. You don't trade away a generational talent like Luka Doncic at the beginning, not the middle, at the beginning of his prime. 25, now he's 26, and you trade him for injury-prone Anthony Davis. Anthony Davis. I don't know. You don't know who I am, but from Adam, if it's okay. But look, I want you to look at me in my eyes. Get your trifling ass on that flow. Get your trifling ass with that flow. Okay? Get your ass on that flow. You walk and you get injured. You sneeze and you get injured. God dang. My God. And Mavericks, do not trade Kyrie. Here's what I think they're going to do real fast, guys. So I think what they're going to do, Cliff, is they're going to get everybody healthy, and they're going to see what they actually have.
Right.
And then make a decision, because Cuban ain't stupid. Cuban knows what he's doing.
Right.
Right. He's like, well, I don't know what we got. So, and if they play good, a benefit. If they play well and they're not good enough, but they created some value, they can trade some pieces there. That's what I would kind of do.
Right. Yeah, exactly. I mean, because we never know, like you said, if we get Kyrie and AD, it's possible we got a squad.
Yeah, we do.
Like, it's possible to see them, but they both got to be healthy. But the problem that Nico did, he did what he said he was going to do, which is he was going to focus on defense. He said, we focused on defense. We right now, I think we fifth in the league in defense. Cool. He did what he said he was going to do. but we're last in the league in 3-point shooting. So
What's
we can
wrong with Klay Thompson, man? Golly.
Oh, dude, Clay shooting like 18%.
How in the world is a splash brother, Klay Thompson, shooting 18% from the field?
Man,
You get paid to shoot threes, my nigga.
Man, okay, you know who what it is? It's that girlfriend. Megan the Stallion. Put it to him. That's all I could. I'm trying to figure it out. That's the only one because I'm talking about he missing wide open shots.
Man, that's the only variable. Hey, Clay, you may want to go ahead and do this. Cut her out, brother. It's time.
It's gonna be tough on him.
It's gonna be tough on him.
It's gonna be tough on him.
I think he really cut for her.
But here's the thing too, because I'm watching every game. We got a game tonight.
Yeah.
I'm watching every game, and so we're not getting the easy shots that Clay came here for. Mm-hmm. He's trying. If we try to make Clay the 10 years ago Clay, where he got to move and that's not who he is. But can he hit a wide open jump shot if we give him some good setups? Yeah. But that's why he came for Luka, to give him those easy jumpers.
Yeah.
Rack.
Yeah.
He can't do until what we need Kyrie to come back to give him those easy jumpers. Then I think we're going to see it. Until then, he at least got to shoot 30%.
Well,
at least 30.
Yeah, but I think the problem that we are seeing is we don't have anybody that can create their own shot.
Right.
No, that was the brilliance of Kyrie. That's why we were so pissed off at him. Straight Luka didn't play no. But I gotta be honest. Luka played no defense at all, none. If you're scoring 40, but you get them 38, bro, that's not. But if you're gonna give someone like Luka up, you gotta have Kyrie there to be able to create off the dribble and create shots for the Klay Thompsons, the Cooper Flag, because Cooper really should be maybe a 2-3, so to speak.
Yeah.
With that, I think that Kyrie is almost close to coming back. And they want to see how is it going to look with him being up in there, because we don't have somebody that can create a shot. Now the thing about, there's been some rumors about them trying to go out and getting Kobe White from the Bulls. And I'm like, no, I don't see that happening.
No, I mean, like I said, we got great defense.
We do.
The defense is straight, because we can put us, and we're also, people forgetting we're missing Livingston, right? Another 7-footer. And he's a legit.
He comes back tonight. He's
coming back tonight. He's a huge difference maker. I think we underestimate him because he's 7'1" and he plays 7'1".
He does.
Like, it's different.
He does.
He's a rim protector.
Yeah.
He's a better, more athletic. He's better at defense. He's a true center, versus the other guy. We have another center who's decent.
Yeah.
But he's not much of a scorer.
Yeah.
He's on the ground a lot. So I think we're not healthy. If we were 8-3, Nico's not getting fired. Everybody going, okay. If AD is not hurt and he's dropping 25 a game, getting 12 rebounds, 9 rebounds, then Clay's getting easier shots. Because what's happening right now when I watch the games, who are you doubling? Nobody. Why? I'm watching the games. There's no reason to double. We're like, every team's like, go one-on-one. Okay, cool. None of the players you have could beat us one-on-one. So Clay can't get wide open shots.
Yep.
Cooper Flag is having to do too much.
Yep. Yeah.
Until we get a playmaker, then really it's one of the two. It's AD, because once AD gets going, you got to double.
Yeah. All I'm saying, Doug, is we fired Nico. But we fired Nico, y'all. We fired. His ass is gone. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord. We just 10 months too late. But thank you, Lord. And the thing about it is, and we cannot let this owner, Patrick Dumont, whatever his damn name is, you are the blame too, because you okayed this. It came out and they said that when Nico brought him the idea, he laughed. And then he blessed it. And then Nico talking about, I didn't realize how important he was to the franchise and the fans. And I'm like, nigga, this.
The problem is the new owner. He is a businessman, but not a basketball fan.
Exactly.
Let me repeat that. He's a businessman, but not a basketball fan. So he knew the business, and to him, cool. You want to trade paying somebody a supermax for somebody who's cheaper? Business-wise, I can understand that.
Yeah.
Because he's thinking, oh, I could spend that extra money on other players, make the team better. But that's not basketball, though.
No, it's not. Trash. Horse manure. But thank y'all for y'all. The point of personal privilege, guys, we had to celebrate this week because Nico Harris, his ass is gone. Praise his name. He praised his name because Cliff said, I am not renewing my season tickets if this nigga's here. So I just can't do it. I just can't do it.
I ended up renewing though.
Yeah,
for Cooper. Yeah. For Coop. Which and I think he's not playing great right now, but for 18, I think he's balling.
Well, I think he's playing pretty good.
Yeah.
I think he's playing pretty good.
13 points a game, 12, 13 points a game, for 18, 10
that's
games
good.
in.
That's good, man. That's good. Hey, that's good. Now, guys, real quickly, guys, let's just dive into this real quickly, guys, if you don't mind. 1 sec here. Yes, I am. I'm finishing a meeting. Yeah, people don't understand that. People don't understand that we have other things we have to do, and they believe that they should be at the top of the food chain, and you're not because you came late in the game. So it is what it is. Finishing a meeting. Gotcha. I will have it to you shortly. All right, my bad, y'all. Got you guys. All right, guys, we have not done this. Before we get again, guys, like, share, and subscribe, guys. If you like what you're hearing, you can kick with Cliff, man, and I. Just click on the little bell, no matter what platform that you're on. So when they come with it, when you get the alert, come holler at us. Come kick it with us, guys, real fast. Cliff, we ain't did this in a long period of time, baby.
Yeah, it's been a minute.
Man, that current market analysis. Let me go and get you right. Hey, Cliff, tell us what's going on, man, when it comes to the market. What's going down, baby?
Man, market is still going up. Ain't really moving. Days on market is still.
You're going in and out. Hold on.
Oh, can you hear me?
Now I can't. Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, so it's market's going sideways. Not really seeing. I'm really seeing is a days on market increasing. So you're seeing it's taking longer for everyday houses to sell. I'm seeing prices start dropping. I'm seeing major drops. Even year over year, I'm seeing as much as 5 to 10% drop from last year in some markets. So I think we're going to see that for a while because at the end of the day, the affordability is still a problem. Housing prices are dropping, interest rates are dropping, but people are broke.
I agree.
So I don't know what we're going to end up doing. But Dallas's area is pretty strong. I think we kind of basically hit the bottom here. We'll probably start seeing it increase. I don't think we're going to go much lower than we are now, but something's got to change in the market. I think the days that we saw before 2020 where Dallas was booming. Yeah. And I mean booming. I mean, you can't keep a house. Everything is moving.
Correct.
Those days I think are behind us because the affordability, the inflation over the past 4 years, it's going to take 5 to 10 before we catch up to where things are more affordable. So we got a while till that happens.
I agree, guys. I agree with this 100%. I believe that it's very stagnant right now. Long days on the market, right? And typically the ones that actually have the cash are moving a lot faster, which is great. The people's debt to income is a little bit too high right now. So it's harder to get qualified for mortgages. This is the reason why you had the administration come out and say they could add a crypto to your balance sheet as an asset, and people are actually allowing for you to pay mortgages for your crypto as well. They're trying to really give people the ability to add another, I guess, asset to the balance sheet to make it more bankable. The key thing is how can they make the borrower more bankable? That's it, because money is not flowing. That's why we have something called a currency. Currents flow. So if money is not flowing, you have a stagnant type of of economy, and I'm not surprised. That's why you begin to see a lot of rental rates come down. I'm seeing that. I'm seeing a lot of prices come down. Because I've seen some large price cuts over in the Collin County area. A ton. I saw one house go from a rental $5,500 a month down to $4,700 a month in a couple months. There's a big. So you're talking about that is a $800 price change on rent. That's crazy, Cliff. That is crazy, man. You seeing the same thing?
Yeah. I'm seeing the same thing. It's the market's soft. It's pretty soft right now. More houses. I'm starting to see a couple more houses come on the market, but still, I mean, it's basically people aren't balling like they were before. It's just it doesn't take much for affordability to really hurt you. The prices, you have to understand, prices increased across the board. I would say at a minimum 15%.
Mm-hmm.
And you got to realize what that means on a house, on your food, and when your income doesn't keep up on a 15%, you just lost 15% of your income. So if you were making 100K, you're making 85 now.
Yes, sir.
If you was making 50, you at like 42.
Yes, sir.
And that's devastating the economy right now.
It sure is, guys. Just keep it in band with you guys. That's the current market analysis real fast, guys. Now, Cliff, man, let's go ahead and switch over real fast. And guys, let's go. We're talking about this here. Guys, today, man, here we go, baby. We're talking about, man, the $37 trillion crypto reset. In other words, what we're talking about is the federal government using cryptocurrency to inflate the debt away, therefore resetting the debt. We're going to talk about that real quickly. Number two, interest rates to 0%. Man, a one of the goats in real estate, one of the goats, thinks we're going to get down to a 0% interest rate, or close to that in 2026. Number three, number three, 50-year mortgages that just came out. We're talking about 50-year mortgage, guys. And number four, guys, New York real estate, man, they have some type of policy that's coming for landlords and concerning rent, and they trash all of them, you guys. All right, but there's an opportunity there. So let's dive into the first topic, Cliff, real quick, man. Let me get to it. Where did it go? $37 trillion crypto reset. What Washington's digital dollar plan really means, guys. Let's dive into this real quickly, Cliff. And I'm just going to play Cliff just the beginning of this, because he kind of gives the whole thing of what's going on. He gives this up front. Is that what I wanted to do? No, hold on, my bad. There we go. But let's see what he's talking about, Cliff. We kind of go from there. Here we go. Let's get to it.
At the recent economic forum, one of Putin's closest advisors dropped a bombshell. He said that the U.S. is preparing to use crypto and stablecoins to secretly devalue its entire $37 trillion debt. Now, he claims America will put that debt into a crypto cloud they would then use to reset the system. So basically, leaving the rest of the world holding the bag. Now, this is Anton Kobiakov, right? We're talking about. He's a senior advisor to Vladimir Putin for over a decade. This isn't some random official. This is Putin's guy. And you know what? He's actually right, but it's just not in the way that you would think. You see, Russia thinks we're gonna print digital dollars out of thin air, but that's not actually how this works. But the devaluation part, the reset part, that's absolutely happening. Now, real quick, I'm Mark Moss. I've been tracking these monetary resets since the last one. And what's about to happen with stablecoins and the Genius Act that was just passed through is way bigger than what Russia even understands. So let's break down what's really going on.
So, Cliff, man, real fast, man, with what you're in right now, man, what do you think about him saying that they're using cryptocurrency, specifically since they passed the Genius Act, to basically reset the entire financial system and inflate the debt away?
I'm not sure how. The only way to inflate the debt away is going through the same means it was before. Either the Fed's gonna print it or the banks. So because the crypto is just a 1-to-1. All you do for every dollar, you get one crypto dollar, right?
Sure.
One USDT.
Okay.
Or however you want, Coinbase, whatever you want. So I'm not sure how he's going to increase the amount that you wouldn't normally already do.
Okay. Let's see what he says up front, and we kind of go from there. All right, let's get to it.
You ready? Let's go. All right, so let's look at exactly what Russia is saying here. Back at the Eastern Economic Forum, again, Anton Kobiakov, and remember, this is Putin's senior economic advisor, right, for over a decade. Now, he's been in the room for every major Russian economic decision. He's laid out this theory. Again, he said the U.S. is trying to rewrite the rules of the gold and crypto markets. His exact words were that America's ultimate goal is to push the whole world into what he called the crypto cloud. Now, think about that phrase. Crypto cloud. He's saying once the world's money is digital, once it's in stable coins, once the U.S. moves its $37 trillion national debt into these digital assets, and then boom, devalues it, wipes the slate clean, while everyone else is holding the bag. But here's why this matters. This isn't just some conspiracy theory from our enemies, right? He's been architecting Russia's economic strategy since 2012. So when he speaks, it's not speculation. It's what Russia's leadership actually believes. And like I said, he's kind of right about devaluation. He's actually dead right. The U.S. absolutely plans to devalue the debt. Now, we've done it before. We've done it actually multiple times. But I think Russia just misunderstands it a little bit, right? They think we're going to create stable coins out of thin air like we print dollars. But that's not how stable coins work. It's actually way more powerful. So let me show you what's really happening.
Okay.
1933, Executive Order 6102. President Roosevelt, he doesn't ask Congress. He doesn't negotiate. He signs one piece of paper, the executive order, and boom, confiscates America's gold at $20.67 per ounce. And then what happens? Overnight, he revalues it to $35 an ounce. Now, if you do the math, that's a 69% devaluation. One signature, 69% is gone. Think about what that means. You had $100 in savings, and now it buys you $31 worth of stuff. But the government's debt, they just got 69% cheaper to pay it back. Now, it's not the only time it's happened. It's happened many times since then. If we fast forward to 1971, President Richard Nixon closed the gold window. He basically rug pulled the entire world by removing the gold backing of U.S. dollars. And since then, the dollar's lost 96% of its purchasing power. 96%. Again, 1985, the Plaza Accords. We had 5 countries get together and agree to, again, devalue the dollar by 25% in 2 years. And it worked. A 25% devaluation. It was coordinated. It was planned. It was executed. So when Russia says we're about to reset the system again, they're looking back at history, right? They see the pattern. They understand why it has to happen.
Yeah.
Now, about every 40 to 50 year cycles, they see this coming due, and right now, we're due. But what they're maybe not understanding so much is that we don't need gold confiscation this time, right? We don't need international agreements. We have a new mechanism, and it's already in motion. How do you devalue dollars when you're not on a gold standard? Well, it's simple, right? You just continue to expand the money supply.
Correct.
If we look at the M2 chart, just from January 2020, we had $15.5 trillion. Today, we have $21.9 trillion.
Wow.
That's a 40% expansion in just 4 years. 40% in 4 years. If we look at everything else, gas prices up 50%, home prices up 50%. The median home in America costs 50% more. Pretty interesting. Property insurance up 70%. Gold 35%. Bitcoin, it's up over 250%. See the pattern? When you create $6 trillion, new dollars out of thin air, but you don't create any new houses, you don't create any new oil, any new anything, right? Then the prices start to adjust. The dollars start chasing the same goods and prices go up.
Right.
So your grocery bill, food's up, right? 25 to 30%. Steak, milk, eggs, it's all up 30% plus. Now, that's not inflation, it's devaluation. Your dollar buys you less. And here's the key. That $37 trillion of debt, it's still $37 trillion on paper. But what does $37 trillion buy today versus what it bought in 2020? It buys 40% less, right? The government just cut the real debt burden by 40%, without paying back a single dollar, right? Without having to default, without having to negotiate with anybody. They just printed their way out. But here's the problem. The world, of course, sees this, right? It's not that China and Russia don't understand this. It's why China's dumping treasuries. It's why Japan's dumping treasuries. It's why foreign ownership of U.S. debt dropped from 34% to 23%.
Wow.
Sort of like when Nixon had to close the gold window. So the U.S. needs new buyers of debt.
They do.
Cue it in. Enter the stablecoins.
There we go.
Russia thinks we're going to print stablecoins like we print dollars. But of course, that's not how this works, right? Every USDT or every USDC, somebody has to deposit a real dollar to get back a stablecoin, right? It's a one-to-one peg or one-to-one backed. Now, the Genius Act that was just passed this year, it mandates every stablecoin must be backed by U.S. treasuries or cash. No exceptions. Okay, so wait, if we can't print them, if every stablecoin needs a real dollar behind it, then how do we devalue the debt, right? How does this actually help the U.S. government? This is the part maybe Russia doesn't seem to get, right? They're thinking about it just a little bit wrong. It's not about printing. It's about what those dollars are doing and where they're coming from.
Yeah.
You see, when you give Tether a dollar, they don't just put it in a vault. They go buy U.S. treasuries with it. When Circle gets a dollar, same thing. They go buy treasuries with it. So this creates a perpetual demand for U.S. debt. Now, the more the stablecoins grow, the more the treasuries they have to go buy, right? It's automatic. It's built into the system. But that's just part one. The real trick is where those dollars are going to come from. And that's what I want to show you. If stablecoins need real...
So, Cliff, man, real fast. Whoa. What I'm hearing him say is the Stablecoin Act, of course, has basically digitized the dollar, which is fine. But what he's doing is they're saying each coin has to be backed by a treasury bill. So what I kind of see is you have an asset, crypto, growing in value, buying a depreciating asset, T-bills, that's decreasing in value. I'm seeing an exchange. Do you see the same thing, or am I off?
Yeah, I mean, that's basically what's happening. But ultimately, what they're doing is they're doing the same process as you would for a traditional bank, right? You know, because your bank gives you whatever 2%, 3% on your money, right?
Sure.
The all that's happening is when you use crypto, is it's easier to obtain and hold. For a bank, obviously, you have to open a bank account and you have to wire the funds in. Those are regulations and steps to do that. Now, if you're living in Argentina, you're living in Serbia, you live in anywhere in the world, that's hard to do to get a U.S. bank account to put it in U.S. dollars. What's easier is to hop onto a website, take whatever currency you have and turn it into a U.S. dollar. And that website, whoever that is, a Coinbase, Kraken, Binance, whoever it is, what they do is they take all that foreign money and they buy treasuries.
Correct.
So that it's backed, and that creates now the world's demand becomes treasury demand. And that's how they're going to end up getting that demand for more treasuries, and then hopefully, you know, be able to issue more debt. Issuing more debt is going to deflate the currency, and that's how we can continue.
So basically, guys, printing more money, buying up that new money with stable coins, rinse and repeat over and over and over again. And what they're doing is, by them doing that, it's driving up the value of cryptocurrency at the exact same time, because the U.S. government is its buyer, they're selling the T-bills, and all they're doing is it's them expanding the money supply without printing additional money. That's all they're doing.
Right. So here's the interesting part. Let's say we live in another country.
Okay.
You get money, your currency goes up and down. It's up 10%, it's down 20%. Right? On a monthly basis.
Yep.
You're like, man, I want the dollar. Everybody know a dollar can get you something.
Yeah.
So you just got your paycheck, it's in your bank. You hop onto your website, I want to buy the USDT. Can you buy it directly? Probably not. So what do you have to buy to exchange to get a USDT? You need Bitcoin.
Yes, sir.
You have to buy Bitcoin. So what that means is Bitcoin becomes de facto the backbone for the currency.
Yeah, and that's what they wanted.
So now what that's going to do is it's going to incentivize everybody to go two ways: USDT and Bitcoin.
And not just America, but the globe.
And as demand, exactly. So as demand increases in foreign countries, it's going to force them. But here's the problem. It's going to increase the U.S.'s control because the more countries are going to start going into further debt because they can't inflate their currency the way we can.
Yeah.
And they're going to reach out for bailouts. Argentina already has. There's been a couple other countries who are. So you're going to see the U.S. control the currency even more. And with that, man, I'm about to go, as soon as we're done, buying more Bitcoin today.
Yo, and I have not been a big proponent of buying Bitcoin. Now I am, because I'm having to do that now, because it's becoming the norm. And the reason why this has been done, guys, is because under the Biden administration, China had been working on ways to get around the sanctions issue because there was all through the SWIFT system. So they were creating something called, I believe, called the CIS, and I did a kind of a podcast on this. And there was a way they were building this whole system to get around that, and they were actually almost done. So what actually happened, and they had tested it out. So Trump saw that, and when he actually won, look at the strategy. Secretary Ludwig, he is the Secretary of Treasury. Guess how he made his revenue, his wealth, Cliff? Currency exchange. He knows the currency exchange. Secretary Howard, the Secretary of Commerce. Guess how he made his money, Cliff? Cryptocurrency. So you have two of the godfathers, billionaires, multiple times over the commerce and the treasury, who know their space better than any of their previous predecessors. This is the reason why they pushed the Genius Act. They saw what China was doing. They saw what they were doing. BRICS was trying to get around that SWIFT system. This whole Genius Act is now it's trumped the game. They have no place to go. No place to go at all. This is the reason why China is coming to the table and negotiating. They have no choice. Because why? Bitcoin and also stable coins, they are becoming the norm currency. Cliff said this, you said it right, Cliff. Bitcoin and cryptocurrency is becoming the backbone of the U.S. dollar. And that was his whole point. He did this, Cliff, he did this by mid his first year in office. He has 3.5 years to even perfect it more. My God.
Yeah. And crypto, because when he read off those assets, right? Mm-hmm. He was saying what gold did. I think, it says we basically doubled the amount of currency in existence. And so what happened to gold? It basically doubled. Yep. Real estate doubled. So it basically kept in line with the inflation, right? Or kept in line with it. We doubled it, it doubled. Cool.
Correct.
But what did Bitcoin do? It 5x'd.
Yes.
Which tells you that the correlations probably are, probably a little bit weaker than that, probably around 3x.
Sure.
But the government of the U.S. cannot pay off its debt without inflating it. Which means that you're probably going to see Bitcoin 3x over and over and over again going into the future. Man, that's going to be a monster.
And because they tied it real fast, guys, to what has to go globally, right now, Bitcoin is going to explode as far as the value of it. And so they're using an increasing value currency, cryptocurrency, and manufactured by the government to buy up their debt. So they continue to print and drive down the value, but they don't care about the value, because what happens is they have a more valuable asset, crypto, buying those T-bills. And they force other countries to do the exact same thing.
Exactly.
Brilliant plan.
It's going to be the rest of the world having to get involved, especially you're going to see Bitcoin play more of a role, because so let's look at US. This is what they don't tell you about the coins, right? Mm-hmm. About the USDT, all that, right? Mm-hmm. Those are tied to the dollar.
Correct.
And the Genius Act. So it's back to the US. So you don't think the US knows where those transactions are taking place? Who owns the exchange where the dollars are going to Bitcoin? That tells you, oh, word, if you mess with the US, turn off your crypto. Turn it off.
Yeah.
The only crypto you cannot turn off, Bitcoin.
Yes.
It's untraceable. You can send it as long as you got one. I can just send it to another account. I can create another account tomorrow, send it to that. I can break it down into 10 different types of crypto. I can break it down by tenths, give you one, which means there's going to be even more. Just wait for US to sanction one time on the crypto, and you're going to see Bitcoin rally because people are going to say, I'd rather own Bitcoin than the US dollar.
Yep.
Because I'm talking about foreign, because the US is going to be able to trace where every dollar goes.
But if they do that as well also, because it shakes hands, because what they did was they forced out those like Coinbase, those other companies that actually, those exchanges, they forced them out. And now it's the US government. Yeah. So even if let's say China or India wants to play this game, guess who owns the platform? The US government.
Yeah, because I think part of the Genius Act said, if you're going to create an exchange, the servers have to be in the United States.
Correct.
So even if you want to exchange it for the euro, it's going to be the US going, whose account is it?
Yeah.
And what are you buying?
That is correct.
So the only way to get it untraceable is for you to buy Bitcoin and then it's gone.
Yes. And it's gone. That Genius Act it was written, I think, in a very brilliant way for the interest of America. Brilliant way. It really was, guys. So again, we always say they're not going to pay off the debt. They're just going to inflate the debt away. And now you know how. So when you sit in front of someone you talk politics with, or money with, or monetary policy with, or you are talking to a congressman or congresswoman or a senator or a president or vice president, and they're talking about paying down the debt, they're lying to you. Ask them how. And they won't be able to tell you at all. Now you know.
Right. And that's why with it, basically, if you know they're printing, the best thing you could do is just buy demand. What I mean by that is buy assets that are going to be in demand today and into the future. Even if you're not getting a huge return right now, what you do is you get inflation.
Correct.
You could literally buy a apartment complex that's not even cash flowing heavy.
Yeah.
But it will cash flow over time as interest rates come down, inflation goes up. Yeah. It'll cash flow 2-3 years from now, and then 5 years from now, it's printing money. Yes,
sir, guys. So that's your cryptocurrency thing, guys, real fast. Number 2, Cliff, let's go over to your partner.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, your partner. New York, guys, actually has a new mayor coming in, and the mayor gets sworn in literally at 12 midnight on New Year's Day. That's when the New York mayor gets sworn in. All right. So let's go ahead, guys, and see what he's doing. He actually has a couple policies we're going to look at. The first one is, I guess his favorite one, it's rent control, guys. Like in this area, me and Cliff kind of know this area fairly well because that's what we do, right, Cliff? What we do. So let's see what he has to say. Let's go.
There are a number of things we can do to get the cost of building operations down. He has said and has amended his original oversimplified one-liner, freeze the rent. I said to him months ago, how do you freeze the rent if you can't freeze the costs? Mm-hmm. And we had a discussion about how 30% of the rent is real estate taxes. And he subsequently amended his comments to say, I understand that real estate taxes on rental housing have to come down. And said, I will be the mayor who reforms property taxes. Now, that is good news. That will help the rent stabilized units, of which there are over 1 million in New York City. And so that's a lot of tenants that will benefit.
Cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, y'all. Cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Yeah,
so you're going to get a tax deduction for your
property taxes.
Right. Your property taxes are reduced if you own a rental property. But then where's the income coming from on the back end? That's a lot of money from the...
They ain't got that for you. It's almost done. Now, let's fit up. Now, we're going to have somebody else coming. Here we go.
But then
in terms of what he's trying to do, which is bring down costs, BXP, myself, we'd be fully aligned with that goal. We would welcome it and would like him to do it. I think the issue is some of the policies that he describes on how he wants to do that, I don't think are the right ones to accomplish the objective. So for example, putting in rent controls. If you put in rent controls, that is going to prevent private capital from coming into the market and building the housing that's going to be required. The government needs to put in place some incentives and rules to allow that private capital to come in and fund these projects. And if that's done, I think it can be very successful.
There are a number of things we can do to get.
Cliff, what are your thought processes on his whole so-called plan?
He doesn't understand finances or economics. Because immediately, if he says, well, if you own a rental property, we could reduce your taxes.
Yeah.
Then we can have more rentals. Yeah. Absolutely. Because you know what's going to happen is everybody who actually owns a house is going to go ahead and go, well, shoot, I get a deduction if I rent and my profits increase because I have less taxes. So you're going to have a splurge of rentals start coming on the market, but less ownership.
Correct.
So you're going to have a huge dip in tax income.
Yes.
That comes from that.
Yes.
Because because you incentivize them to have rental properties over ownership.
Yes.
No one's going to own. It's going to be nothing but rentals.
Yes, that is correct.
So rent rates will come down, but so will your tax revenue.
Yes, sir. Hey, and number two, guys, as the brother, as he said eloquently, if you have rent control, what's going to happen is that's going to de-incentivize capital to come into your marketplace. Because why would I, as an investor, buy property in your town, renovate it, bring it up to par, add value, and the market tells me the rental rate should be at 10%, but you say I can only collect 3%. I'm losing money. These Bammers ain't thought that far ahead, unless they have and don't give a damn. Because Cliff, he can't be this stupid now.
What the problem is it's not stupidity, it's ignorance. He don't know how markets or finances work. The crazy thing to me is he's never had a job. Never. Like he ain't even been a manager. You ain't managed a McDonald's, but you're gonna get $100 billion budget?
Sick.
And that's why he doesn't understand. Like, hold on. You're trying to cap rent and somehow incentivize more rentals. That's the opposite.
Yeah,
it makes no sense. And then he wants to take the cost of the state to take it over. The city will. Well, if you don't do it right, we'll take it over and we'll run it. Okay, because right now, who's running those apartment complexes? The company.
Yes,
they have operational costs.
Yes.
So the city's going to take on all the operational costs of the property managers?
Yes, sir.
That's increasing your costs. You just increased the cost of the city can't run it because right now it costs you no money to run those. Somebody else is doing it and you just tax them.
Yep.
You take it over. Now you have to hire property management.
Yeah. Now, Cliff, I'm glad you pivoted over, fam. Over to this. He's not done. We have another one coming in. Let's go to the other one, Cliff. Now he wants to do something. He wants to begin to take away, Cliff, and I ain't lying. Yeah, we ain't lying. He wants to take away properties from landlords now. That's what he wants to do. All right, landlords. Now, here we go. Let's dive into it. Shout out to Anton Downing. Here we go.
Starting on day one, we will expand the city's special enforcement programs, doubling fines for hazardous violations and tripling them for conditions that are immediately dangerous. And when a really bad landlord, like this guy, refuses to fix it, the city's going to step in, make the repairs, and send them the bill. If that doesn't work, the city's taking over the building. We're putting the worst landlords out of business.
New York just...
Cliff. Bruh, isn't that called communism, big dog?
So here's another problem.
You're stupid, man.
And you already gonna know this.
I know.
you're going to fix my property and charge me.
Yeah.
I'm immediately going to take you to court because I didn't agree to that. Because I'm not going to agree to your charges. Because you could charge me whatever you want. Right?
Yeah.
So who paid for that in the meantime?
Nobody paid for it.
The city. Someone's got to pay the workers to go in and fix it.
Yeah. Yes, right.
The city is going to pay contractors to go fix up a property? So hold on a second. Who's doing the bid? How many bids are you taking? What are you fixing? To what standard? We're talking about New York. The bill could come back at $10 million to fix it.
Yeah.
You need to, because contractors, they're gonna come back to the city. You need all of this, $10 million, and then multiply that by all the buildings. The government is gonna pay contractors billions of dollars to fix up all the properties in New York, and then the owners go, "Thank you for the property," and default. And the bank takes it back going, "I appreciate you fixing up the property and we ain't paying you back."
Bruh. Now, Cliff, that's a great point. Here's another flip side, guys. Guess who is a worse landlord than who he says that investors are? The damn city.
Oh, yeah.
The city, they're the worst landlord on the planet. And they're the biggest. If you could do such a better job, right, at running apartment complexes, start with your own. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
All I'm saying is if you're gonna charge fees, charge yourself or your own self fees, because you guys are the worst landlords on the planet. So now you're telling me, yeah, we suck when it comes to our own stuff, but we're gonna tell you how you should be doing yours. What? Like, all I see is more sucking of landlords. Because if I'm an investor and you're charging me, I'm gonna walk away from it. I'm done. You got it. Hey, good luck to you. And all of a sudden now you have more of another big problem if you're trying to take over all these huge commercial products, and you gotta pay for these GCs to go out there and fix it. And you better believe these GCs they're gonna be like, "No, play this building is huge," because Cliff, the bigger the building, the higher the bill. I wonder why, Cliff.
Right, because the builders, and here's the thing: we already know when the government builds things, are they good at getting exactly?
They suck.
So if somebody's not doing their job, a contractor's going to go out there and they're going to say, "Here's everything you need to fix," and then the price is going to be inflated. And if the city covers it, they could be paying $10-20 million to fix up that building, and then they default. The player's just like, "I ain't paying you back. I'm not paying you $10 million. I default." Then the bank gets it back at the cost that they're loan for. The bank is like, we win it. Yeah. We got back a completely rented out. Or here's the other thing, Dale. Think about it. You own a house, right? Mm-hmm. For some reason, whatever, it gets dilapidated. The city's like, "We went and already cleaned it up. We fixed it for you."
Yeah.
Once you go, "Okay, and you sent me the bill." "Yeah, here's the bill." "Okay, I'm gonna go sell it. Appreciate it. It's already in great condition. It's in great condition. I'm gonna go ahead and just sell it. It's already a flip." You see what I'm saying? I'm just gonna sell it.
People and New Yorkers, you voted for this type of thinking. Stupid people. Hey, you have effed around, and you finna find out.
He's acting like this is easy. Like, what happens when that's not 10 buildings, Dale? It's 100 or 1,000.
Jesus.
The bill could get crazy, and now he's trying to keep up with all of it. He don't know what he's doing. That makes no sense.
He doesn't. Yeah. He doesn't. Hey, New York, we playing for, and yes, you're right, brother, man. Whatever. It's just the middle class is going to be stuck with, but you spot on, player. Hey, y'all taxes going up. Yeah. So hey, heck like a praise for y'all. Here y'all go. All right, New York. Yeah, New York. Y'all did it. Yeah.
I did. I got some advice for all the people in New York. I know this man, I don't even know, but it's a suggestion, is what I'm gonna say. if you go to New York and you say the rent is high, it's too damn high. It's just a suggestion. Don't live in New York. It's just a suggestion. Yeah, I'm just suggesting it. I understand you got friends and family, but if the rent's too high, maybe don't live in New York. I don't live in New York.
Just a thought.
I'm trying to help you out.
And number 2, guys, don't move to Texas. Okay, don't move to Texas or Florida or Tennessee.
Right.
No red states. Just go to New Jersey. Go just right to your east. That's it. Go just to New Jersey. Right there. Don't come down here. Go to Delaware. Go to Maine. Go a little bit more north. Stay away from the red cities and states, please. Don't come down here. Stay right there. Okay? Right there. All right. Suffer well. Because this guy's gonna run your whole city into the ground. And I'm here for it.
No, what I think is, to be honest with you, I think it's good. I really do, because you get to see what's going to happen. And I think the problem is, what I see is, they think that the policies are trying to help people, and I think what they're thinking is that the rich people and all these other people are taking advantage of the system, when it's not that at all. It's a function of the market. It's a function of supply, demand. It's that simple. And if you don't understand that concept, you're going to make bad decisions.
I heard an interview. One guy was interviewing a guy that voted for Zohran Mamdani, and if I would find it if I could, but he had said that they believe, Cliff, the reason why that they can do rent control is because they don't think that the millionaires and the billionaires are going to move out of New York, because they do too much business in New York. So they said they're not going to move. They'll pay it. They pay it. That's what they're saying. And I'm like, so right now you're charging 50% of their taxes right now. You want to charge them 2% more, and also go from 7% corporate tax to 11%. That's 4%. So they have an uptick of 6%. And you think they're cool with that? Cliff, is that attractive to you?
I mean, I'm trying to think, like, would they leave if their taxes? I think there's a misunderstanding of taxes. Mm-hmm. That's what I think. I think they're not getting the people they think they are. So I'll give you a concept. I'll break it down for you a little bit more than that.
Okay.
When they're taxing people, like you said, the millionaires, right? Let's start with them, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's more in line.
Yeah.
Who do you think they mean by that? I think what they're saying is, we're taxing the people who make $1 million a year or more.
Mm-hmm.
That's where we're going. Those rich people, they're making $2 million, $6 million, basketball players, athletes, agents, all them, CEOs, all them. Mm-hmm. But the truth is, that's actually not a large percentage of the people who you're taxing when you say you're taxing millionaires.
Correct.
Who you're taxing really is, every year there's somebody who owns a building. They don't make a ton of money. They may make 100, maybe 150K a year, but they own a building. They may own 2, and when they sell it for 2, 3, 4 million.
Yeah.
That's not every year. That's a one-time capital gains hit.
Correct.
Maybe, you know what I'm saying? They owned it for 10, 15 years.
Correct.
They're ready to sell it. It's in New York. They can sell for 8 million. That's
correct.
They're getting hit on their one time. After that, they ain't making that no more.
Hell no, they're not.
So what percentage of the people they're going after are those one-time make money one-time people? I would say that's probably 60, 70%.
I agree.
Very few people are making millions every single week. Hell, even athletes don't make they make it when they're an athlete, but when they retire, they ain't making $1 million a year no more.
And athletes, guys, they're bringing in gross $1 million+ a year.
Right.
Half that is going in taxes,
right?
A jock tax, dues, for players associations, agents, accountants, consultants. So you look at it now, they're let's say their 20 million is down to 9. You say still making $9 million, nigga. They lost $11 million.
Yeah,
come on.
So and that's all I'm trying to say too, is like, you bringing that up, and it is that you're taxing the people who get paid one time, like they hit the lottery basically. They ain't hitting the lottery every year.
Yeah.
So when people say, "Oh, we're taxing the rich," 70% of the people you're taxing are not rich. They're rich once. They hit
Correct.
one lottery one time, and that's supposed to last them the rest of their life. So
Correct.
you got to keep that in mind.
Guys, we're gonna go to our last topic real fast, guys. We heard about it, y'all. 50-year mortgages. Ooh, motivation to get you a nice little house. How policymakers are reshaping housing. Cliff. FDR brought in the 30-year mortgage. Trump says, bump all that down. I'm going to bring in 50-year mortgages. Let's see, Cliff. That is. Okay, let's get it in, y'all. One time. Here we go.
Housing Director confirms administration working on a 50-year mortgage after Trump hint.
Oh, my God.
50-year mortgage? Yes. 50-year mortgage. What would it look like? Go ahead, Rob.
Trying to find an answer on affordability for housing, which right now we're seeing one of the worst housing markets that we've seen in recent times. And so the 50-year mortgage is a play to lower people's monthly mortgage payments. But the downside is, especially early on, all of that payment will be going to interest. And of course, since you're paying over 50 years and not over 30 years, you're going to be paying off that mortgage for a lot longer. So the details are still to be worked out, but it looks to be like the president's looking for a quick fix to a market that is fundamentally broken right now.
Okay, so this guy's a Democrat, right? Because you see in the back, if you zoom in on the books, you'll see the New Deal. Go back a little bit, right? You see it to the left, he's got the New Deal. You can always tell what books they're reading. Yeah. Okay.
Crash.
Do you know, while this guy's saying this, it's so funny. Do you know who came up with the 30-year mortgage?
Who?
Do you know who came up with the 30-year mortgage?
that?
I want you to think about, can you right there, Rob, can you pull that up? Here's who came up with the 30-year mortgage.
FDR?
Yeah, FDR came up with the 30-year mortgage. So did you say the same thing back in the days, fellow? I don't know what your name is, but, well-spoken guy a minute ago.
Crashed.
So he did 30 years. Trump's going to 50 years. By the way, Tom, the question is, if you're a bank, would you get into the 50-year business game? Would we do that knowing you're collecting the interest up front? Would you entertain the 30 versus 50? Because how do you set it up? You still have to find a way to make it profitable for the banks, right?
Right.
So the bank has to get their money, or else there's no incentive for them to want to sell this loan. Okay? What would be the incentive for banks to sell 50-year loans?
Well, as long as they felt that the underlying asset wasn't going to drop. Now, so here's what the bank has to do. Your house is a collateral. You stop paying Vinny, I'm going to take your house, I'm going to sell it to the next guy. Mm-hmm. That's what a bank will do. We'll auction it. They'll auction it off. Now then, what it means, Pat, is the first 10 years of that 50-year loan, the bank has to underwrite it and be comfortable that that house won't decline in value. You follow that? Because not much will be paid off in 10 years, Pat. Not much at all. So if you and I, Tom and Pat's bank, and we do a 50-year mortgage, our underwriting has to say, are we sure that house is not going to go down in these first 10 years? Because if we have to seize the house and auction it, we got to make sure that that house is worth more than the loan's worth.
Correct.
So it makes the front end underwriting has to be more certain for the banks. But I just did a little analysis. 30-year, 400,000, 6.25. 2,462 is the payment. 50-year, 6.25, 400,000, 2,179. So about a $300 difference on a $400,000 mortgage. However,
so Cliff, I like that Tom did that, broke that down. What are your thought process, man, when it comes to a 50-year mortgage? Good idea, trash idea?
It's a bad idea. Like you said, $300, but you're gonna end up paying an extra $200,000 in interest. It don't make sense. I mean, I think 30 is the as long as it should be. I mean, you're not really bringing down the expenses that much, so it's not really solving a problem. What you think?
It depends on your your plan. Okay. If your plan is to, I actually like this. If you actually have a job and you plan on working that job for a long period of time, and you're okay with $300 a month in that example, or paying a little bit less on a monthly basis, right? I'd say do it. For investors, we don't mind longer terms. Am I right, Cliff? We don't mind it at all because of the fact that we get a longer debt to pay off, and we're normally netting 3, 4, 5% on top of the debt service, if not higher, on a cash flow basis. So as far as investors, I don't. Now, if you are a person that doesn't know where you're going yet, you don't know what company you want to set in and really kind of be committed to, don't do it. Because why? You're going to be moving in 3, 4, 5 years, right? And wait until you set your thing. Now, and I will say this here. So folks, people are going to say, if I'm 40 years old and I buy a new house, I'm not going to be able to pay it off until I'm 90 years old. I agree. That's why you have life insurance. Pay the boy off. It comes down to strategy. Cliff, am I making sense or you off? I'm off.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. So like, let's say, like he said, the difference is what, $300?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Okay, so let's take that extra $300, right? And let's say we put that $300 in, let's say, the S&P over the 50 years.
Okay.
What is that? So I'm gonna add just try to get those basic numbers to see, because you're paying probably an extra what, at least $100,000, maybe even $200,000 in interest. So throwing that in ChatGPT, let's say you're getting a 10% return.
Okay.
Right, standard. That $300 a month for 50 years is going to equal $5.2 million.
So are you saying you're losing $5.2 million or what?
No, if you were to put $300 a month in the S&P over 50 years, it'll equal 5.2 million. So I will go with the 50 year, but take that $300 difference and just buy the S&P.
So again, coming back down to strategy, guys.
Right.
It's just strategy. One of our friends, he said, I don't think it's a bad idea if you're not looking to pay off the loan, no matter what it costs, long as it's cash flowing. I agree, but I agree with Cliff as well. What I would do is I would price out a 30-year mortgage with the same interest rate, same loan amount, and then price out a 50-year mortgage. See the delta there. But what I would do is I would pay as if I'm paying a 30-year mortgage, and that delta there I would put into the S&P. It could be a life insurance. It could be and I wouldn't use a Roth IRA or IRA because you have a cap on how much you can contribute, right? But if it's $400 a month, right? That's an example. $400 times 12. That's $4,400. You could use an IRA. You could use a Roth IRA because your cap is, I think it's $5,000 to $7,000, I believe. So you could use it, but for me, the velocity of my money in those environments, if I'm wrong, correct me, it's not as aggressive as I want to. And I believe with the Roth IRA or IRA, you can maybe set it up to where it's mirroring the S&P 500. I like an IUL, a type of a scenario, because it just mirrors the S&P 500. I have a floor of 0 and a cap of 8, 9, 10. So I'm still good there, but I would just every single month, $400 a month, knowing that, hey, my mortgage payment was $2,100, but at 50 years, but really it's $2,400 at 30 years. I'm good. Or $2,500, I'm good. So I'm doing. Cliff, does that make sense or no?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Lastly, Cliff, man, my bad. This is one that you actually want to talk about real fast, man. Hey, interest rates to 0%. Okay, guys, one of the GOATs believes that in 2026, the interest rates are going to be at 0%. And Cliff, you know this person very well. You do. All right. Let's see what he has to say, man. Let's bring in, I call him Uncle G. His name is Grant Cardone. That's what I call him. And Grant Cardone is saying it's going to be 0%. That's what he said, Cliff. Let's see if you agree, man. Here we go. Let's get it in.
Crazy here. Even the Democrats are coming down here.
Well, you've argued, going back to real estate, you've argued that in the future, more and more people will be renting more than owning. Do you still hold that view? And if so, how are developers reacting, responding to this trend?
Well, look, this is the great change today, right?
Yeah.
When I was a kid growing up, I'm a little older than you, but when I was growing up, if you were a renter, it meant that you were poor. Today, 11% of millionaires rent. They choose to rent. It's about 4 times greater than it was 5 years ago. It's exploding, the number of people that actually choose to rent, not because of economics, but because of mobility and because of amenities. We have a project right now we're finishing fundraising on called the 101 Meisner or 10X Meisner Boca property. We combined Bitcoin with that asset. It's the largest real estate purchase in Boca this year and the largest real estate Bitcoin fund ever done on the planet. The average tenant there, or the average resident, makes over $500,000 a year, David. They're wealthy people. Half of them are from the Northeast, by the way. They came down here from New York City. They probably lived in one of those red brick buildings that was built in 1950 with maybe a little tiny view. And they moved, they were paying $6,000 a month in New York City for 600 square feet. They moved down here, they get 1,100 square feet. They pay $4,500 a month. They save money. They have views of the golf course, $40 million homes, and the Atlantic Ocean, and every unit has a view. So these people are moving down here and choosing to be renters. Then you have people your age, you know, the young, the alphas, the betas, the Zs, the Gen, whatever you guys call yourself. What Gen are you?
I think I'm a millennial. Yeah, I'm a millennial.
Yeah, you're a millennial. So you guys are like, I don't want to buy a house. A house is not what I want to buy. I want to be able to travel. I can't afford a house maybe, or I want to travel, or I haven't settled into my career yet. I don't have a family yet. So I would rather rent for 10 or 12 or 15 months and then figure out what I'm doing with my life. So you have 1/3 of the population that's baby boomers that doesn't need to own a home, 1/3 that's the youth and they don't want to own. And I think we have a flip model where we end up with 60% renters in America and 40% owners.
Well, I think you've said before, and correct me if I'm wrong, I'm paraphrasing here, cash is trash, real estate is freedom, but with interest rates this high, has a game changed?
Well, rates are coming down right now, dude. Like 2-year, the 3-year, the 5-year, the 7-year, and the 10-year are all hitting lows right now. I think the 10-year hit a low from last April. Donald Trump, and I've been saying this for a while now, he's replacing the Fed. He's going to get his team in. He's going to get rid of Jerome. In fact, we hadn't heard from Jerome Powell since Trump visited the White House and called him out for spending too much money on that expansion he's doing. We haven't heard from Jerome Powell in about 45 days. He'll be gone in May. Interest rates will be 0 by June of next year. That's my prediction.
Interest rates on what exactly?
Interest
mortgage
rates, rate? No, mortgage rates will be somewhere under 3.5% by June of next year.
So you think whoever Trump puts in
we're
the
going to
Fed,
get as close to 0 as Trump can get them.
Wow. What
they're going to fall off a cliff, man.
So Cliff, man, what do you think, bro?
Oh no, I agree. I think Trump is going to try to juice the market.
Yeah, I know he is. I think he is too.
He's going to try to get to where it's like mortgage rates 4.5, and then people can buy him down to 3.75 or whatever it is.
Correct.
Nah, man. I think if the next guy wants to do that, man, it's going to juice the market. We're going to see the stock market rally. Man, it's going to, but I think that's his goal, right? Because think about it. If you think this through his strategy through, if interest rates get lower, then the economy grows. Yeah. If the economy grows, it's going to bring in additional revenue. Correct. In terms of taxes, because you get a bigger slice of the pie. Yeah. Then additionally, with the tariffs that are coming in, people are going to consume more with the additional cash, which is going to increase the tariff amount. Right? So you're going to be able to pay down maybe some of the debt. Yeah. You're going to have the economy grow. And at the same time, you're going to have additional treasuries coming in, money coming in from those additional treasury revenue. I mean, it makes sense. I can understand it at least.
Yeah, I hear it. I agree. Trump's going to once he gets the new Fed chairman in there, which will be June of next year, and the one of the federal governors gets appointed, I believe, in February of next year. He's going to immediately cut rates. Cut it immediately. It's going to be very aggressive, which is fine. I think there's going to be a rally there. And then what's going to happen is I think you're going to see a record amount of combo loans, crypto and mortgages. It's going to become more of a commonality thing because they have to negate some inflationary things that may happen. And how do you do that? You combine both crypto and mortgages. As you saw, Cliff, in a previous thing we did, they're already given out in the investor side of real estate, mortgages coupled with crypto. If you have crypto, you can use it on your balance sheet and also even make your payments with crypto. So they're going to begin to slowly move a little bit more toward the crypto because it's an election year. Midterms is here. And if he does it the right way, I think the Republicans will keep the House and the Senate. Yep.
I mean, it's possible. It's possible. I mean, it's the whole idea is to juice the market, get it back rolling. And you can't do that without lower interest rates, but you also can't do it without jobs. And so let me ask you, do you think AI is going to take over jobs and have huge displacement?
Yes, you're already seeing it right now. Amazon has laid off another 14,000 people, so now they're at 40,000. You're beginning to see it now. But if you're able to pivot to a maybe a new trade, really HVAC, electrical, building, construction, there's going to be a boom there. So more of those traditional trades are going to explode even more. Right now, plumbers are making $120,000 a year. A plumber is. Plumbing, they're making more than a lot of people in the workplace right now easily. And if you are a consultant, that's going to explode, as well as if you're able to learn coding and learn how to function with AI and learn how to utilize AI, you become more attractive to companies. Like I invest in companies right now. I'm looking at investing into 3 or 4 AI companies right now, right? But money is shifting that way to where if you can kind of reinvent yourself in a way to where the money is flowing, what'll happen is you can potentially even make more money. So you can go up versus down. But most of the workers have not been able to reinvent themselves because they've been kind of really stagnant because they don't want to do it. So yes, when Amazon's letting 40,000 people live, Amazon.
Yeah, that's the problem I see too, is to run your business, especially larger businesses.
Yeah.
You just don't need as many people, especially when you can plug in AI. You can stay where you're at without having to do a whole bunch, especially if you bring in AI. You still have to, like, for example, accounting department, finance department.
Mm-hmm.
You might have had 15, 20 people. You probably need 10 now.
Mm-hmm.
You easily cut. Yep. And then just have an AI take over a lot of that because that's just numbers. That's great. AI can do that easy. Mm-hmm. The only I see it going more. The 2 big areas that I see that it's going to be big and hard to replace is when they do call centers and when they do driving. Those 2 are going to be the biggest.
Driving, I see what you're saying. Call centers, I don't think it's going to go anywhere because what they're doing is, I'll give you an example, guys. I recently partnered with a firm to where there's a term called fintech, which stands for financial technology, right? What's happening is I'm gonna use the banking industry right now. Banks have invested heavily into brick and mortar branches. Well, Cliff, let me ask you a question. Do individuals normally go to the bank to make deposits, or do they do it with their phones?
They do it phones.
So therefore, what's the need for a bank to invest the money to build the said brick and mortar place, pay the salaries of the workers there, as well as the health insurance, as well as their retirement stuff, and also pay an external company to clean it every single night? That's a pretty big operational budget per brick and mortar location, correct?
Yeah.
So what they're doing is they are constraining that model, right? They're creating what they call avatar or digital or virtual branches, to where, Cliff, you can have your phone. They'll say, "Hey, Cliff, how you doing?" Your avatar. "Welcome to the Bank of America. What are you looking to do today?" And you sit in front of your computer talking to somebody.
Yeah.
And that's what's happening, Cliff. And so now what they're doing is they're constraining that, and they're bringing those people that work there into a call center environment to where they've created a business model to where entrepreneurs like you and I can begin a business and attract those consumers and pass those consumers to those individuals that are working in a centralized call center. Call centers are going to explode.
So you're saying the digital version is just kind of the entrance.
Correct.
Then it takes you to a person who can have that deeper conversation.
Correct.
Yeah, I noticed that too. The AI is not. It could do on the basic conversations. After that, it can't have deep conversations. It can't have. It confuses too many things.
It does. It does.
Yeah.
But what's happening, Cliff, is that they're even willing to share because when you constrain your operations and bring your operating budget down, that creates more profit margin, right?
Right. Yeah.
But banks don't want to be in the business of attracting consumers. They'll say, hey, Cliff, how about you begin a business in the banking or in the insurance arena? I was talking about auto insurance, home insurance, health insurance, life insurance, auto loans, home loans, investor loans, right? Renters insurance. They say you attract that consumer, pass them on to us, we'll close them. And what we'll do is we'll pay you anywhere from 4 to 20% per month in a profit rev share. That's what they're doing now. Sexy model. And I love it. Sexy.
So you basically you're a lead company.
Correct.
You just get leads, pass them.
Correct. Think about it. They can literally stop marketing online or on TV as much as they normally do, so they save on marketing dollars. Because why?
Make everybody a marketing agent.
There you go. There you go. If they're spending in their operating budget 20%, and I'm making a number up, guys, in marketing, and now that 20% goes to 5%, because they're still marketing on TV. They did just their name still. They're saving billions of dollars. Billions. State Farm is doing this now. Geico, Farmers, they're all doing this now because it didn't make sense to have the brick and mortar agent there. Cliff, I bought auto insurance for my cars online via AI. I ain't even talked to nobody. Why they ain't talk to somebody for? Now, somebody on the back end, what they did was they finished it off for me, sure. But it was a pass on. That's all it was.
Oh, yeah.
Somebody asked, it said physical brick and mortar call centers or various workers from home functions as call centers. Correct. That is correct. The work from home thing is going to be off the chain because now they get to save money also on leasing out locations, but they may want to still do that because that's a tax write-off. It's a tax write-off.
So I mean, they'll still have some. They'll still have a footprint in the city.
Correct.
Right.
Correct, but not like the branch model and no.
Yeah, I see the same thing. I see. I mean, it depends, and I think middle management's probably going away because you can run a company more efficiently without so many managers.
Yeah.
Right. Depending on it, depending on how many projects you're doing, what your company does.
Correct.
All that kind of stuff. But I think most people are going to be more productive. It's mostly going to be the people who can use AI, integrate it. But ultimately, what are you doing as a service?
Correct. Now, guys, if you wanted to learn more about that, guys, I put together a free video. Scan, and this is just what I talked about. Scan on the QR code, click on the link below, a DM as mentor, and go to this free information about it. It's free. Go learn about it. Go learn something new. And then number 2, guys, we are giving away a free ebook called Distressed Property Investing, guys. How to locate a distressed property in the city, county, or state, right? Very simple. And it's a free ebook. Click on the QR code here, DM the word real estate, or click in the show notes, a link down there. Go download it. It's all free. Just fill out a little survey, and that's it, guys. That's it. And lastly, man, Cliff, tell them real fast, man. Let me get rid of this real fast, man. Guys, you have a licensed appraiser on the screen. Licensed appraiser. That is not normal at all. So, Cliff, tell them, man, about Hunter Appraisal, man, and what you offer, man, how you can assist them.
Yeah, so basically doing residential and commercial appraisals. So we started doing commercial now. Partner with another company, and we also do consulting as well. So we help out with, new construction. Also on any construction projects we're doing, we're consulting on doing a subdivision, trying to pick out the land, what type of homes, what type of construction to do. So do anything across the board with anything with real estate. Just go to the website, give us a call, email us, reach out. We can help you in a number of ways. The consulting we do basically across the country. The appraising we can do in the DFW area, actually in the state of Texas, mostly in the hot spots, Austin, Houston, San Antonio, and Dallas. But just go to the website. If you have any questions, we're here to help you. If you need an appraisal, just hit us up. If you have any questions, just let us know.
Real simple, guys. Hey, and let you guys know, if you are an aspiring real estate investor or someone that's seasoned, or you're new to the screen or new to the scene of real estate, you very rarely talk to an appraiser. This just not happen. So to have access to someone like Cliff at hunterappraiser.com, guys, that is something. I would have paid a lot of money to have access to someone like this, guys. And for you to get one-on-one time with him, man, go do it, guys. But guys, man, that's all we have for today. Cliff, you want to say anything, man, before we get up, we don't?
Nah, man, same thing every time, man. You one deal away.
But guys, before you leave, you see me looking better than Cliff every single time. Y'all see that thing, but you see it. You see it. But go Mavs.
Y'all smarter than that.
Go Mavs, man. Hey, Nico is gone, y'all. So let's turn it around. Please.
Got a game tonight.
Got a game now. Well, guys, God bless you. See you next time, guys. God bless you. See you next time. Peace. Still working 40+ hours a week and still broke. Inflation's outpacing your wages. Insurance is insane. And your side hustle just isn't cutting it. What if I told you there was a way for you to build income by leveraging and using the exact same technology that banks and big corporations currently use right now, with no inventory and no tech skills needed? We've helped hundreds escape the paycheck-to-paycheck trap by sharing smarter services like lower cost healthcare, competitive auto and home insurance, better loan products, higher yield bank deposits, and even ways to cut energy costs, all in one place. Take this 30-second quiz to see if you qualify. Click on the link below or click on the link in my bio. My whole thing is, the one thing I hear a lot of the times when it comes to anybody in real estate is, I don't have the money or the credit or the time or the intellectual property. And I said, okay, no problem. I have the money, have the credit, have the relationships. I'll teach you how to locate a good deal, right? You buy below wholesale.
I love that.
And once I teach you that, right, I'll bring me the deal. I help you underwrite the deal, which is fine. I'll even fund the transaction for you as well. So there's no excuses on the table at all. That's why we call that the cash flow club. Period. So what happens is, people always ask me all the time, Dale, can you train me? Well, I don't have the time to do that. But what if I set up a platform for it to where you get on-demand training? Anytime you want to, because the training you may need may be after you get off work, early in the morning, during the day. You just log into your account and get the same training as if I'm sitting there one-on-one. We're talking about our attorneys, our general contractors, our appraisers, as well as me, talking about how to structure your business, how to put together what they call a power team. A power team is very important. How to put a deal together, right, and buy it at the right price point. How to market. There's one technique that people don't understand, that you can actually get a list of properties that from your city for free.
Whoa. So walk me through that. Like, you can physically get buildings or homes or properties available for free?
Yeah, I'll send you guys the bill in the mail. It's real simple. What you can do is you can actually call down to your city and ask for the violations division. What happens is you say, hey, I want to see what homes in our city actually have violations. What are violations? High grass, no paint, vacant. You have boards on there. Those are actually violations that the city, or citation that the city has actually levied against that property. They'll give you that list for free. It may be a little bit of a fee, maybe $100.
Sure.
But it is what it is. Then what you do is you actually you can contact those sellers of those properties one-on-one.
Wow, and that's how you make your money. That's one way. That's one way.
If you'd like to learn how successful real estate investors make money when they acquire real estate and not when they sell it, click on the link below, swipe up, DM me the word to real estate to download our free ebook, Distressed Property Investing. The blueprint is in the ebook. Stay blessed. I'll let your partner and download the ebook today.
God, give thanks. Bless God, give thanks. Bless God, give thanks. Bless God, give thanks. Big God, big grace.